What to do when your life falls apart and your diet goes with it. Nobody talks about this. Every fitness channel shows you the meals, the workouts, the plan, but none of them talk about what happens when your relationship ends, you lose your job, a loved one gets sick, or you're just going through it for a few months. That's when the weight comes back. That's when it happened to me, and I want to talk about it. Why weight gain during rough patches is almost never about food. So things get hard, life gets hard, unexpected things happen. My go to was always food. Something bad happened, food was always there. Maybe I'd have a pizza, or maybe, I like to cook. So without tracking, without weighing my food, I generally like to cook. Sometimes I would even create a little mini steakhouse, the steak, the potatoes, the sides. And I would overindulge because food was my comfort. It's the same way for most people. Most people, when something hard happens, they turn to food. They emotionally eat. They overeat. They overindulge. Maybe they drink. Who knows? But that happens to most people. You can't control every single thing that happens in your life. What you can control is what you do about it moving forward. The connection with stress, cortisol, and why your body holds on to weight. Everyone deals with stress, it's a part of life. If you don't figure out how to properly manage that stress, your cortisol is going to spike. When this happens, your body is naturally going to hold on to more fat. It's inevitable. There is nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is little by little manage the stress. That way your cortisol doesn't spike and your body's not going to hold so much fat. Obviously, you could have a bad day at work. Your boss could have sat you down for something you did wrong. You could have been chewed out. Who knows what happened in someone's life? It's all about how you manage that and how you move forward from that. Do you jump into emotional eating when you get home? Or do you channel that angst and energy into a workout? That is up to you. How to define a minimum viable standard for what happens during hard seasons. So, life gets in the way sometimes. There is nothing that me or anyone else can do about it. It's gonna happen. There's gonna be some event that happens that you have no control over. Say you're going through a rough time. Just do something small every day that is challenging to you. Whether that's, banging out 20 push-ups or you go for a walk. Just do these little small things every day to build the habit, and your mind eventually, they know it's coming. Your mind knows it's coming. You're going to wake up, you're going to do some push-ups, you're going to go for a run. Whatever it is that you like to do and doesn't take too much of your time is the structure you're going to follow when things do inevitably get hard. That's all you can do. Why you shouldn't try to lose weight during a rough patch? Here's what you should do instead. When you're going through a rough patch, focusing on your weight is very hard to manage with whatever else you're dealing with in your life at the time. What you should be doing is focusing on building small little habits that you can do every day, regardless if your life is going great or you are in a rough patch. That way, once you make it through the rough patch, you can actually start working on bigger things because you have those habits or disciplines that you set in place during your hard time. How to re-enter without shame once you make it through the rough patch. So a lot of people, when they get back into it, they're worried that, oh, what are this person going to think of me? They haven't seen me at the gym in 2 months. Oh, I don't look the same as when I was at the gym last. What are people going to say? People are at the gym to better themselves. People are out running to better themselves. No one is going to judge you for something that happened in your life that you couldn't control. Things happen. That's how life works. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. It's all about how you manage them and how you move forward from them. When I first got back into it, I started, I got in my head. I didn't want to go to the gym because I didn't look as how I did when I was working out previously. I didn't have the same muscle definition. I wasn't shredded. I couldn't lift the same weight when I first started. That all played with my mind in a negative way, and I didn't want to work out. So I just kept stalling and stalling and stalling until one day I just said, who cares? Things happen. I started working out again, and eventually I got back up to the strength I had before. And I may not look the same right now, but I will get to my goal because I've trained my mind to not let all these little things come at me that are trying to attack me. Your mind will create narratives when you are going through a rough patch. When you try to get back into a routine, such as going to the gym, hitting your cardio, making your food properly, don't let it do that. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked what I've been saying, click the link down below to get your free guide.